That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday. Listen to me how I beat this beat up like a battle.
Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at with another video. And I'm here with my host, Chuck Full Damage Miller, with another episode talking about the Chicago Bears having their top 30 NFL prospect visit. And we're going to be talking about, doing our little mini mock drafts to decide who the Chicago Bears should pick in this upcoming 2024 draft. 17 more days, man. The clock is ticking, man. We got 17 more days into the NFL draft, man. It's going to be exciting. This is an exciting time for football, with everything going on, specifically with the Chicago Bears with the #1 pick. And like I said, me and you, the more and more video I see of Caleb Williams, man, I think the more I'm getting more impressed, with some of his highlight reels, his throws, his instincts and everything. And also, with the #9 pick too, whether, the Chicago Bears should decide to trade up that #9 pick, with the Los Angeles Chargers, Arizona Cardinals, because there were some rumblings of the Chicago Bears trading up to that top 5 pick to also get Pat the Diabetic says, oh, I have a Justin Fields profile pick. What do you mean? You mean my YouTube or my background? Because my background is Caleb Williams. I don't know what he means by that. Probably in my profile.
You're not talking about mine, bro. That's not a novel, brother.
No, dude.
That's not.
No, I got Caleb Williams behind me. But like I said, man, the Chicago Bears, there have been some rumblings of the Chicago Bears trying to trade up to that top 5 pick, with the LA Chargers or with the Arizona Cardinals to get that top 5 pick, man. And Chuck, what are your thoughts on this?
I think at this point, what's going on, Mills? I think at this point, bro, it is. I leave. I have no more speculations for Ryan Poles. Ryan Poles didn't shock me all off season with the moves that he's been making, bro. And so at this point, it's just a wait and see approach for me to see what's in Ryan Poles' mind. I would love for us to be able to go on and address the other wide receiver, the X receiver position, because we do need a true #2 on the other side of DJ Moore. We got Keenan Allen, who's ultra explosive out the slot, but we want him to stay in his true position and not have to lean over to becoming an X receiver so much. So I would love for Ryan Poles to make that move. I would love for him to, pull a stunt. But to be honest with you, in terms of the wide receiver, I think we'll still be good at 9, bro. Even if we don't go get Marvin Harrison Jr. Personally, my eyesight has been more so set on Malik Neighbors of late, bro. I comp him to Jamar Chase, bro. That's the way I see his skill set, bro. He's just otherworldly with what he's capable of doing. So, but if Ryan Poles moves up and get Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, bro, we're picking at straws at this point. All the top 3 receivers out here, Marvin Harrison Jr., Roman Dunze, Malik Neighbors. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these dudes. To be honest with you,
Brock Bowers too.
Oh my God, Ladd McConkey, he's still out there.
McConkey, Xavier, right. Xavier Legette. This is loaded with wide receiver talent.
Right, Brian Thomas Jr. It's a lot.
Donnie Mitchell.
Yeah, and if you can't get somebody high end, it's so deep and so loaded with wide receiver picks. You can go down the line, 3rd round. I've still got my eyes on Malachi Corley, and now I'm finding out that the Pittsburgh Steelers have their eyes on him too. So, I personally would love to get him. The way it's looking with Keenan Allen, bro. It may be a loaner situation in terms of us getting him for this last year. I haven't heard any rumblings about the Bears extending his contract or anything like that. So, but if that is the case, then I would say a number 75, the 3rd round pick, the 75th pick in the draft. I would say the Bears, if they got the opportunity, go grab his replacement. Go grab a Malachi Corley, a dude who can come in and can be ultra productive from the position like we have for this year at least with Keenan Allen, but the sky's the limit for what Ryan Poles wants to do, man. Everybody thinks, well, he only got 4 picks in his draft that's left. Yeah, he does. It doesn't mean he can't trade up those people. We got a plethora of picks coming in next year's draft. And so if Ryan Poles wants to play ball, he can switch, he can give them 1 pick in this draft and 3 or 4 picks from next year's draft. And
like, let's say, right.
Do it.
Let's say if, the New Orleans Saints, for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
If like, let's say Atlanta Falcons doesn't draft Dallas Turner, because I feel like Atlanta, I think they have a need at edge rusher, and, if for some odd reason they don't draft per se Dallas Turner, you definitely want, the Saints are going to be calling. And let's say they trade, their 14th pick plus their 45th pick. Then you have a little bit more flexibility. You could probably draft maybe Jared Verse per se, or you could draft a Brian Thomas Jr. Or with the 45th pick, you can get like a Jared Verse, and then on the 45th pick, you could probably get like a Xavier Legette, or Keon Mitch or Keon Coleman. I mean, the possibilities are endless, man. And like let's say, if Aroma Doomsday falls into your lap, I mean, you got to take that opportunity to draft him, because like you said, I mean, the Chicago Bears and Keenan Allen, there haven't been any rumblings on any contract negotiations or anything in regards to him. And so, like, we definitely need that X type of receiver, because, Keenan Allen, he's more of like a slot receiver. He's more kind of like he plays in the slot. And we need that type of X receiver, somebody who's big and lengthy, maybe 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", that can go up and get those 50-50 balls. And at times, maybe, can burn them, or they're very good at their route running, that can play them man to man, is able to get away from it and get those catches, especially in the red zone too, because you also want guys who are big enough to, catch and contest those, have those highly contested catches and get into the end zone too.
Coach, I've been doing my research on the edge rushers. I've been hearing everybody yapping so much about these edge rushers until I thought myself to be disingenuous if I didn't go and at least do my research on them and find out what's to these guys. And bro, I'm going to tell you, man, I don't know who your top edge rusher in this draft is, but bro, if we go edge rusher, I'm just going to say Dallas Turner is the man for us. I just think this guy is going to be the top edge rusher in all of this draft pool right here, bro. This guy is nasty. He coming off that edge. He's a monster, bro. He's a monster, and he's giving it to you in the pass rushing, and he's giving it to you in run stoppage. And what I love most is his awareness when the play is happening. He's reading plays, bro. He's stuffing the offensive lineman, keeping him in place until he reads the play, and then he makes his move, bro. And I think he would be a huge addition to the Chicago Bears if we got him on the other edge from Montez Sweat, bro. I'm just saying, Dallas Turner. Look, they got him comped to go at 16, bro.
Because he plays more of a 3-4 type of defense, right? In Alabama, they played more of a 3-4, right? In Alabama,
yeah. But what that tells me, though, yeah, they do. But what that tells me, Cole, is he's versatile, bro. He can get down. He can get down on the edge. He can get down in the two tech or what have you. He can get down on the edge. He can stand up in coverage. This guy brings a lot to the table, bro. He brings a lot to the table, and I think that if we go edge rusher, that's the guy for us. I really do. Never mind if he only did it 3-4 in college. I know a lot of people put a lot of stock into that stuff. But if you need him to do a 4-3, play in a 4-3 formation, I don't think Dallas Turner would have a problem with doing it.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have a problem running the 4-3, because that's what Matt Eberflus runs, 4-3.
Yeah. I just, if we talk about freak athletes, and that's a shout out to Swifty, that's his phrase there, freak athletes. I look at Dallas Turner as being one of those types of athletes, being an edge rusher. I don't know if you can show, any highlights on him or what have you, bro. But
yeah, let's look at some highlights.
Man, that dude there is awesome, bro. He is awesome. So yeah, but that dude, man, if we go defensive, that's where I would like to see us go. Because defensively, I think that's the only thing we're missing. Defensively, everything else has been addressed. Everything else has been addressed. You locked up your number one cornerback. You signed Bayard as your replacement for Eddie Jackson. Yeah, Eddie Jackson. You locked up Montez Sweat. You got your linebackers locked up. Your linebacker core is locked up. You're deep in the middle, the defensive tackle. Bro, you need to hear Montez Sweat talk about Javon Dexter, but we'll get into that another time. But Montez Sweat is deeply impressed with Javon Dexter, and he says it's a matter of time before this kid just explodes, bro. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Yeah. So, people, what this is here, Cope is about to show us some clips of Dallas Turner, the edge rusher from the University of Alabama. Look at this kid's get off. First off, he's super strong, just barreling through the competition.
And he's very quick. He's very quick off the edge too.
Absolutely.
His get off.
Strong, quick, fast. Look at the bend that he has coming around the corner.
It's a little bit similar to what's his name? Von Miller a little bit.
Yes. That's who I would comp him to. That's one of the people I would comp him to. It's a few people you can comp him to. I like it. I would like to comp him more though. If I'm comping him, bro, I would comp him more to Julius Peppers. He puts me in the mind of a Julius Peppers type. See how he's holding the edge and waiting.
Yeah, Julius Peppers always had he always like blocking like those passes too.
Yeah, he's holding the edge, and what that tells me is that he's not just putting his head down with blinders on and bull rushing. He's seeing what's happening in the play. And people keep in mind when you're looking at these clips, he's going against top tier talent, bro. This is not slouches. Yeah, he did. That first clip was against Georgia. Who is this? Oklahoma, I think. I'm not sure who this is.
Yeah, I think that's Oklahoma.
Yeah, this is Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. This looks like Ole Miss, another SEC team. He's running a quarterback now, so that tells me he's got great speed. When he gets back there, he can get to a player. And look at that, bro. You getting away from him? No, you're not. He's gonna dive and grab you. Watch this move here. This is a bull rush. He pushed into his chest and then ducked under him, bro. That is nasty. That is nasty.
That's Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss.
Yeah, this is Auburn. Top tier talent, people. Top tier talent in the SEC. He's doing this against.
And then last year, we kind of
and
look at Green Bay, man. Like we struggled against the run.
Rewind that a little bit for me, Coach. Rewind that right there, that Auburn clip. Look at how he did right there. Look at how he
pause it or you slow it down.
No, you slow it down. But I just wanted everybody to see how this man positions himself. Right here. Now, look, he's gonna come off this edge. This play is designed so that a blocker is coming across to pick him up, to free up this running back, so that the running back can have a power run to the left-hand side. Watch this. He reads the play, he stutters, and he keeps himself under the blocks. That's amazing to me. I love that type of play. Look at that. That's two blockers that were supposed to be there to stop him, and he got him underneath both of them and stopped the play in the backfield. That is nasty awareness and technique, knowing how to position yourself so that you still can make the play. That's what you want coming off the edge right there. It's not just about being strong. It's not just about being fast. It's not just about bull rushing and all of that there. It's
about football instincts.
It's about football instincts. And that's what he has. Look at this. That's great awareness right there. That's great awareness. He sees the play coming before it gets there, bro. Now he's bull rushing. Boom. You're talking about going against some of the best left tackles in the game here, people. In the college game, that is. In the college game. Let me see. Yeah. So,
It's like a 3-4.
and look at this. I love this. This underneath. Wow, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
love that. And with the way this Bears defense finished up last year, you understand how powerful this is going to be if we got this dude coming out the other edge. It'll be virtually impossible to score on this Bears defense, bro.
And I wouldn't even be mad if we draft him too. I wouldn't be mad because that's something we kind of struggle with the run game. Prior to what's his name coming over there, Montez Sweat.
Yeah.
And especially when we were facing Green Bay, oh my gosh, like we couldn't even set the edge. We were letting like Aaron Jones like run all over us, and so we really need somebody. And last year, I believe we were like last in pass rusher win rate, pass rush run rate, and so
that was Bo Melton. People, that last one was Bo Melton. Bo Melton is a highly talented quarterback pick coming out of the University of Tennessee, people, and he just manhandled that whole offensive line and got to Bo Melton and threw him down like fly paper. So last year the hype was around Willie Anderson Jr., bro. Like that was who the hype was around as an edge rusher. This dude here, to me, talent wise, he would trump a Willie Anderson Jr., bro. Because I'm looking at not only his raw talent, but this guy has awareness that you can't teach. There's certain things, people, you can't teach in this game. And Dallas Turner is showing you those things. If you don't have those things, he puts me in the mind of a Micah Parsons type. Micah Parsons is so aware that even though he's greatly undersized, Micah Parsons can dominate a game from his position. Why? Because he's aware of everything that's going on before it happens. That dude is looking, he's reading, and he's attacking where he sees the need. And I love that about Dallas Turner. Cole, what's your take on him, bro?
Yeah, I like him too because not only I believe, I don't know if you saw in some of his highlights, but he's also very quick. Like he can also play linebacker position. I don't think it was in the highlights, but I think he did play linebacker position.
Yeah, he came out of linebacker position.
He plays off ball, and he can play off ball linebacker position. So you could put him in the middle, like you could let him play a middle linebacker, like to do coverage, like a lot of coverage plays. Like if you have to put him on like a tight end or something, like you can cover a tight end, and even at times like a receiver could put him in coverage. Too, like you said, like a Micah Parsons, like what the Dallas Cowboys have done with Micah Parsons at times. They put him in as like a coverage linebacker where he's had to defend multiple pass catchers. You could do that with Dallas Turner because he definitely has the size and the speed. And like I said, he has the quick get off time in order to, get to the quarterback.
What I love about players like him, Cove, is the different wrinkles and dimensions that he can bring to your defense, that he can cause a offense to have to prepare for. How do you get ready for a guy who can go down into two technique and bull rush you off the edge? Plus, he can stand up in the linebacker position and read the run plays and attack it and beat the block and bring the runner down in the backfield. And he can go back in coverage and cover plays down the field. Now, you didn't see him doing a lot of that, but to be frank with you all, the Bears would need him to do a lot of that. We would need him to do a lot of that. I think our linebacker core is very solid, arguably one of the best in the game right now. Yeah, I said it. I'm standing on that. I don't care who don't believe it or like it, but that's just the fact. T.J. Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, they were menace last year. You couldn't pass in the middle of that field after a while on that Bears defense. Once we got the ball to rolling, bro, you couldn't pass on them in the middle of that field, bro. And with our secondary, the core being as it is, you add a Dallas Turner to this mix. If we give it up 10 points a game, it'll be ridiculous.
And not to mention our cornerbacks, we have a bunch of elite corners too. On top of that, too.
Yeah. Jalen Johnson. You got Tyreek Henderson, bro.
Tyreek Stevenson.
Tyreek Stevenson. That's what I mean. Tyreek Stevenson. And then you got highly underrated and completely slept on Terrell Smith. Nobody's talking about that. Yeah. That guy can play some football, people. And he's another cornerback that we got on this staff. And I even mentioned Spider-Man, Kyler Gordon. His work speaks for itself, But yeah, this Bears defense, is some kind of nasty right now, bro. If you had Dallas Turner into this mix, good luck scoring on this team.
Yeah, I think we'll be like a top 5 defense, probably. Like, you know, and like they say, you know, I mean, I don't know, but like people say, like, oh, like next year is going to be, like, don't get me wrong. Next year, I feel like, I mean, it's definitely going to be loaded with more defensive talent. But I mean, Dallas Turner, I mean, like you said, he definitely has. I think when you see his tape, like you see the instincts right there. Sometimes we just really overlook that. We really overlook that. We always think, okay, he's got to be a super freak athletic player. He's got to run like a 4.2 something. He's got to be like super strong. No, I mean, you just got to look at the tape. The most important thing is football instincts.
Can I say this, Go? I think this combine stuff where you're measuring the athletic ability and the speed and all this, I think that stuff is so overblown and so
overrated to me.
Because you can be the fastest man in the world, and if you can't play the position, it doesn't matter how fast you are, because football is a game of strategy and technique. It's not a game of just speed and strength. Now, speed and strength is involved. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
it's a game of strategy and technique. And if you can't play the position properly, if you can't use your strength in the proper fashion, if you can't burst that speed and make it useful or make it a dangerous part of your actions within the construct of the game plan, then you're useless. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It doesn't matter how strong you are. You know, not to throw no salt on them, but I'm going to date myself here a little bit, Bears fans. But if you guys remember a guy by the name of Alonzo Spellman, we had this big beastie edge rusher in the mid to late 90s. I want to say 1994, 1995. We had him on the team. And Alonzo Spellman looked like a holy terror just from his size. This guy had like 6% body fat, nothing but massive muscle.
Just muscle.
Arms.
Super athletic.
Like monkey arms, bro, on him. And just looked like he was going to kill anybody that came his way. A terror to look at. But once defenses started attacking him, guess what? They discovered that Alonzo Spellman was awful at tackling. They could run through his arms, and that's all they needed to see.
Yeah, because a lot of offenses exploited his weaknesses. And the thing about it, playing football, you got to be able to adjust to your opponent's, like what your opponent knows about you, your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and your opponent. If your opponent is able to read you, you have to learn how to adjust, and that's by having good instincts, good technique, understanding what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your opponent understands who you are at that point. Because if you're not able to adjust to that, then you're gonna get eaten up alive. A lot of your opponents are gonna eat you up alive completely.
Absolutely. So people
look at John Ross III, another perfect example.
Yeah,
dude had, but prior to Xavier Worthy breaking his record, he had the record. But look, when he got to the Bengals ended up cutting him. The guy was super athletic, completely killed in the combine. And look, he ain't even in the league no more.
Exactly. So Bears fans, I would caution you guys to, take this stuff that they show you at the combines with a grain of salt. Like I hear everybody talking this stuff about, JJ McCarthy possibly trumping who is that? The guy from North Carolina. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Drake May.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy possibly trumping him as the third highest ranked quarterback in this draft, jumping Drake May. JJ McCarthy is an on the field player. So if you're going to put JJ McCarthy above Drake May in terms of quarterback, quarterback ranking, you do it based on those numbers. You do it based on that ability. But if you're going by combine, this stuff will overinflate players that should not be overinflated. And if coaches and GMs, if they're not aware of what their team needs, and they get overly impressed with this stuff, they can mess around and pick up a bus, from the combine, from what they did in the combine. I don't care how fast a guy is in the combine. I care that he has good speed on the field and can run something down in the framework of the game. I care that my wide receiver, not taking that from Xavier Worthy, but I care that my wide receiver not only can get open, but he can catch too. He can run a proper route too, because not everything's going to be a 60-yard bomb down the field. What happens when the defense is taking that away from you? Then what do you?
Yeah, what if they put like you say, cover 2, or you know what I'm saying, or
right,
cover 0,
cover 3 zone or something,
cover 3 zone, right?
Cover 6. There's all kind of zones that they could go into that could take a lot of that stuff away from you. What do you do then if all you are is a deep threat and you offer nothing else to bring to the game? Then you might as well go and have a seat, because shit is taking up space at this point. Need a guy who
really, all they just got to do is take away your speed by putting 2 extra safeties on you. Then you got 2 extra safety chasing you, and then what?
Yeah, well, you can't coach speed, you can't cover speed. So speed does have it can be a lethal weapon, but you still got to be able to catch.
Yeah, you got to be able to catch. Exactly.
I remember games where Devin Hester, when he was with the Bears, they put him I lined him up at
wide receiver.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
He beat the double team over the top. He flying down the field, ball comes down, hits his hands, and boom, drops out of his hands. Was I mad at Devin Hester? Yeah, I was a little mad at Devin Hester, but it really wasn't his fault. The Lovie Smith and the Chicago Bears at that time, Ryan Angelo, they were trying to make him be something that he was never designed to be.
He was never designed to be a receiver.
But since you guys wanted him to play receiver, his agent was smart enough to make sure you paid him like a receiver. Devin Hester was a kick return specialist, and he was a cornerback by position. That's what he was. They tried to turn him into a number 1 receiver. But my point is that, with all the speed that he had flying down the field, it's a difference between catching punts and catching kickoffs, as opposed to catching a bomb that's laced on the line to you. Now, don't get me wrong, Devin Hester wasn't a complete bomb at this. He got better as time went on, at the position. He did catch his fair share of bombs for touchdowns, but that wasn't what he was designed to do. I don't just want the Bears to go and get guys because they're fast, or because they're strong, or because they can jump the highest, or they throw the farthest and all of that there. Those are not reasons to me for us to go and draft a player on this team. We need players who can produce in the framework of the game and who can be ultra productive. That's what I'm looking for.
Exactly. You need players to be ultra productive, and that's what we need. And I like what the whole staff is doing. They're trying to come together. That's why I like what Ryan Poles is doing, is that he's trying to figure out what's really best for the team in terms of positional needs, that's going to make us better as a team in the long run. I don't know if you already, I'm pretty sure you already heard of this already, because I know you're always following Bears, but he's had the organizational staff do kind of like a debate. So they kind of broken each staff up into separate groups. And one has to.
Read this one. Go, you teaching me something now. Go ahead.
Brother. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. So pretty much he's broken the staff up into separate groups. So he has one staff saying that, okay, this is what we need to draft. Okay, we have to draft this offensive line, and they have to give specific reasons as to why, how it's going to help the team overall, and so for each group of staff members, they have one saying, okay, we're going to draft an offensive line for this specific reason. Okay, we're going to draft a defensive end for this specific reason. We have this one group of staff saying we're going to draft a wide receiver for this specific reason. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to do their due diligence in order to kind of help this team overall. That's going to help this team overall in the long run. That's what they're trying to do. And I like that approach, because it's going to help the team in the long run. And what it does is that they all come together, they figure out what the reasons are, and then they have to come to a consensus as to which position has to be drafted this upcoming 2024 draft. And I really like that, what they're doing, because it's It's pretty much looking at it from analytical.
It keeps the room from becoming a bunch of yes men.
Yes, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it keeps that from happening. We're about to say, "Oh, Mr. Poles, that's a great pick." Oh yeah, you never make a bad pick, Mr. Poles. No, you need somebody. You need some pros and cons in the room, bro.
Yeah, pros and cons, right?
Right. Somebody who can say, yeah, that pick looks good, but here's where the deficiencies are, or this is where we need over that position. You know, that's not the most pressing thing we need. We need this over here, you know. So yeah, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good. I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coach, at a certain point, bro, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
Let's at a certain point, let's go to the comment section. We kind of got blistered by the fan base last.
Man,
because they were upset that they gave all these comments and none of them were addressed. Hardly not any of them were addressed.
So Pat the Dieback says Odunze, Turner, and Fashanu are there at 9. Who are you taking?
For me, I'm really a Malik Malik Neighbors fan. Yeah, I'm a Malik Neighbors fan, Pat. So I'm willing to pass on Odunze. I know Odunze is great at catching 50-50 balls, but you know, and here's one of those cons that you need somebody in the room to say, yeah, he's great at catching 50-50 balls, but the reason why he's great at catching 50-50 balls is because he's not getting separation. He's always in a position where he's got to fight for the ball. So it's great to catch 50-50 balls, but it also tells me that your separation is not as great as everybody's thinking, right? It's not as great as everybody's thinking. Fashanu, offensive lineman, or is he from Oregon State, right? If I'm not
He's
mistaken.
from Penn State. Penn State.
Yeah, offensive lineman, correct?
Yeah, offensive lineman. Okay. Yeah, from Penn State.
Okay.
Yeah.
In fairness, Pat, I haven't dug deep enough into Fashanu to speak intelligently on him. But for me, if I gotta take one of these three guys, Dallas Turner, bro. He's just a freak of nature, bro, coming off the edge.
I love Dallas Turner.
He gives a three-dimensional effect to the Bears defense coming off the other edge on the other end of Montez Sweat. And while you're over there trying to figure out what Dallas Turner is doing and why and why they got him doing and why they got him playing in this position, or why he's standing up, or why he's in the two technique. Then while you're thinking about that, Montez Sweat is coming off the other end, killing you. So yeah, if I got to take one of those three, it's Dallas Turner. What about you, Cole?
Yeah, for me, I'll say either, of course, Dallas Turner, because I mean, last year, like I said, we were like dead last. I mean, even like with Montez Sweat, I think we were like bottom half, if I'm not mistaken, in pass rush run rate. And like we definitely need an edge rusher that's going to get home to the quarterback. We need like higher pass rush run rate, and I wouldn't be opposed to us getting Dallas Turner, because like you said, he's definitely three-dimensional. You can play him in coverage. You could allow him to get to the quarterback. He's very fast off his speed burst off the line. He's very fast off the line. And then another person you can also get is Joe Alt too, because don't get me wrong, I think Braxton Jones is good, but like
I was just about to say, I don't know if I've ever been sold on Braxton Jones, bro.
I haven't been so. I don't know, but it's just something about me. It's just I don't know if I'm sold on Braxton Jones too. But like, with our offensive line, we definitely need depth, because I don't trust Larry Borum as a swing tackle. Like, he's like one of our swing tackles.
Still on the team?
Yeah, he's still on the team. Believe it or not, Larry Borum is still on the team. We definitely need depth at our tackles, because that's also one of our biggest weaknesses. Our depth at tackle position. And if we draft Joe Alt, you could start him, and then you could put Braxton Jones as a swing tackle, in case somebody goes down. We definitely need somebody to protect our quarterback's left side, because the left tackle is one of the most important positions in the NFL, because you want to make sure, your quarterback is upright, and games is won in the trenches, and that's something that we definitely need to keep building up to protect our quarterback. And like you said, if you want to go in the third round, you can get Malachi Corley, because I think Malachi Corley is really slept on. I think this dude is a beast. You could probably get him in the 3rd round, 75th pick. And like I said, like this year's draft is definitely loaded, with wide receivers.
And let me say this, people, just for the record, I'm not against us drafting Odunze. I don't want anybody to think that if the Bears drafted Odunze, I will have a problem with it, or I think he's going to be a bust or what have you. I just see other options out there that I think are better fits for the Chicago Bears than Odunze. Odunze, I don't know if you guys we have seen the cast, but we talked about him once before. My low end comp for Odunze, I got him low end comp to a Musa Muhammad. Now, those of you all that are true Bears fans, you'll know who Musa Muhammad is. Musa Muhammad was a great possession receiver. He runs great routes. He never dropped balls. We're talking about winning 50-50 balls. That guy did that almost every single time. But Odunze, he puts me in the mind of Musa Muhammad. What I would like to see the Bears get is somebody who can get separation and can stretch the field on the other side. That's why I'm big on Malik Neighbors. I comp him to Jamar Chase. That's who I like in Malik Neighbors too. He gets separation. He get down the field. He's got great hands and he's got breakaway speed. He's got breakaway speed once he gets in those positions. Runs great, excellent routes. And that's what I think we need. I think when you got DJ Moore and when you got a Keenan Allen already on your team, you already got guys who can win 50-50 balls. You got great possession receivers in those two guys. I don't think we need a third one on the other end. We need a different dynamic. And I think a Malik Neighbors would bring that more so than an Odunze. But if we get a Odunze, it's not the end of the world for me, people. Not the end of the world.
Somebody said Tavondre Sweat too from Texas is pretty good. Tavondre Sweat, he plays defensive tackle. I have to look more up on him too. Yeah, I heard also Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's pretty good too.
Mm-hmm. Byron Murphy from Texas.
I think is he from Texas? Byron Murphy,
Texas or Tennessee? I could have sworn I thought he was from Texas.
I think it's Tennessee, man. Or no, it's Texas. It's Texas.
Right. I haven't seen enough game film on him. I haven't seen enough game film.
Yeah, I gotta do my research on those guys too. Freaking Don Bird.
Yeah. Pat the diabetic said, I don't know if you can see this one, Kobe. He says, is it a hot take to say I'd rather have Malik over Marvin?
No.
I don't know, Kobe. I think that is a hot take because Marvin is all the rave. He's all everybody's been talking about in terms of the receivers that's coming out of college. Marvin's been getting all the praise all season, even before the all season started. He's wowing the crowds and everything else. In pro days and the Senior Bowls and all of this other stuff. So I definitely agree with you, Pat. I think that would be a hot take to say him over Marvin. Would I put him over Marvin? Probably not. But a close second, yes. I can see Malik Neighbors being a close second. I think Marvin Harrison is a freak of nature. I think he's a different kind of guy at the position, and if he brings this A game, plus Marvin Harrison Jr. has something. MHJ, he has something that these other receivers don't have. People, you know what that is? He has the ability to come in ready to go from day one. Why? Because his dad trained him. You guys know anything about his dad?
That's true.
Senior, one of the greatest wide receivers this league has ever seen. First ballot Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion. They caught all the passes Peyton Manning had to throw when he was in Indianapolis.
I think they even interviewed his dad, and his dad said that he wasn't partaking in the combine because he's trying to get NFL ready. He's trying to get his body up to NFL level. He's training for the NFL.
Yeah. So if there is a player who I could respect for going to combine, it's Marvin Harrison Jr. because he doesn't need the combine to measure his measurables. He's got his dad. He's got that team. He's got, the trainers. He's got the whole kit and caboodle that Marvin Harrison Sr. had at his disposal. So he doesn't need to go to the combine to prove anything, to show anybody anything. His on the field play speaks for itself. Bears need a wide receiver more than a DE. Ron, I would agree with you, bro. I would agree with you on that, Ron. I'm just saying it's certain players, there's certain times when you look at a draft and you can know what your team needs, but if a player comes along that is just that freaking dynamic, sometimes you just got to take the best player that's on the board. And to me, at 9, if Dallas Turner's sitting there, I would say he's possibly one of those kind of guys, bro. He's got possibly one of those kind of guys. I agree with you, Ron. We do need a wide receiver more than we need a DN. But if you get a DN, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of wide receivers coming out. And wait for this, there's still a lot of wide receivers available in free agency. So we can fill the void at wide receiver. We can get that done. It just depends on what kind of dynamic you're looking to fill it with, you know. So yeah, I agree with that. But if I can get Dallas Turner, bro, I think I got to take this guy.
And I'm pretty sure you already know, but this week the Bears already met with Marvin Harrison Jr., Xavier Worthy, and Jackson Powers Johnson this week. I'm not too sure if you heard, but yeah, they already met.
I have heard that. What I'm curious to know, Cope, and to see is if Ryan Poles is meeting with all these guys and he wants them on the team, how is he looking to wheel and deal to get this off like this? I just want to see it, bro.
That's what I want to see. How's he going to do that, you know?
Because Jackson Powers Johnson is definitely my favorite center on the board. I want that guy in the trenches in front of Caleb Williams. I want him in the trenches in the long run. But Dallas Turner is nasty. Marvin Harrison Jr., he was already being comped to come to us anyway, you know, if we had traded down or what have you. I mean, bro, this just, man, this is
Can you imagine Caleb Williams with Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I cannot. I would love to imagine that, but I cannot bring myself to disappoint myself like that. I would love to have him. I would love to have Malik Neighbors. Hell, I wouldn't cry if we got Odunze. I'm not gonna lie. But it's just, you know, you're meeting with these guys and, you know, these 30 visits and top 30 visits. Yeah, this is, I mean, this is crazy. The only thing I would look at Xavier Worthy for, I'm gonna be honest with you, go kick returner, bro. That's the only thing I want this guy on the team for. I don't want him. I want him to be like a Devin Hester type, bro. I don't want him. I don't want him to have to focus on any other aspect of the game to be great at other than that. I want that speed to be the difference maker. When we went to the Super Bowl in 2006 with Devin Hester returning kickoffs, that was the factor that got us over the hump.
The speed.
Special team speed. Yes. Speed on special teams. Our blocking was outstanding. Devin Hester raved about all the blues, as he called them. The blues is what they call.
And it's crazy how he was able to find open holes in his cuts, his cuts. How he was able to cut.
All he did was run behind the blues, and what the blues were, people, those were the blockers. We're talking about the Bears.
The blockers, yeah.
The blues was the blue jerseys that were in front of him. He just saw what those jerseys was at, and he ran behind them. And before you know it, this guy ran his way into the record books. I want to see the Bears get back to that. And Coach, part of me is hoping so much. I'm praying to God that what Adam Schefter shared about the kickoff returns and what they're going to look like this year.
It ain't true, man.
God is wrong, man. This is the one time I want Adam Schefter to be wrong, and I'll be happy that he's wrong.
I hope to God, bro, that ain't true. I would be so pissed. I hate that
kickoff I've ever seen in my life, bro. I hate that stuff, man.
I hate that stuff.
Okay, what else we got over here, Cole?
Detroit, Donber.
Yeah, whatever, bro, whatever.
Turner is a 3-4 rusher. Give me Verse or Latu. What do you think about that, Jared Verse or Liatu Latu?
If I had to choose between those two guys, I'm going Jared Verse. I personally prefer Turner because of the athleticism, the skill, and the awareness that he brings. You know, his strength and all of that. This guy is he's great at reading plays, you know, the type of player that we haven't had in a long time coming off the edge. But if I got to go with Verse or Latu, I'm taking Jared Verse. I just think Jared Verse ran up against more stiffer competition. I looked at a lot of highlights from Latu, and what I saw Latu dominating. Don't get me wrong, Latu is a great player. You know, and we're reaching at straws when we talk about these three guys. All of them are great in their own respect. But I really felt like Latu went against a weaker competition, bro. I didn't feel like he ran up on the same caliber of competition that these other guys ran up on. So, and plus Jerry Verse, you know, he was on the only undefeated team to not ever get the opportunity to play for a national championship game. Yep, I'm starting that. I'm going there, and I'm happy to say it. Shout out to Florida State. I felt they deserved to have their opportunity, quarterback or not. You know, team went.
And I know this is kind of off topic, but shout out to UConn, man, for beating who they beat? Purdue, man. Mm-hmm. Back-to-back champions. Oh yeah, and shout out to the women's South Carolina team, Dawn Staley. Shout out to you too.
They got their lick back
undefeated season.
Got their lick back
undefeated season too.
Caitlin Clark ended them last year in the Final Four, bro.
Yeah, they did.
In the Final Four. And
so they got their sweet revenge.
Let me just say this. You know, I've been hearing all this hoopla going around.
Women's sports, man, especially basketball's coming up.
Yeah, I've been hearing all this hoopla going around where everybody started to take shots at Angel Reese, you know, and they want to dismiss her. They want to put her down. They want to say all these bad things about her. Let me tell you guys something. Angel Reese is the real deal. Angel Reese is what you want on a team. That woman is a consummate professional. People don't like the fact that, you know, she was brash and bold and spoke her piece against Caitlin Clark when Caitlin Clark did this can't see me thing with her hand to South Carolina last year when they eliminated them in the Final Four. Iowa eliminated them. The only thing she was doing, if you guys recall, was standing up for her sisters, for the sisterhood, is what she was saying. She was standing up for them because she felt like Caitlin Clark was being disrespectful, and it was just getting a lick back for the sisterhood. So it's not that she's this brash, bullyish type of player.
It's confidence, man. It's confidence.
Right. It's confidence, and it's taking down the juggernaut. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is incredible.
She is, man.
Flat out play.
And wait till they get to the WNBA. Oh my gosh, you know how much the ratings
it's gonna set the world on fire when these kids get to the WNBA.
Oh my gosh, ratings is gonna go up so much.
All those players in South Carolina. Oh my God, it's about to be ridiculous. I'm watching. I'm gonna watch like a hawk, bro. I'm watching these games at the WNBA level. But I think people need to back up off of Angel Reese. And you know, we in this right now type of generation where everybody looks at what happened right in the moment. They're prisoners of the moment, you know, and everybody looks at what happened in the moment and they want to jump on something and talk bad about her. If you didn't watch what happened the previous year, you can't have this conversation. Eric says she can speak her piece and play the bad guy, but she can't cry about being called a bad guy after.
Exactly.
There is truth to that, Eric. Here's the only problem I have with that statement, brother. The only problem I have with that statement is when she was labeled the bad guy or got the bad guy tag, it was because Caitlin Clark was playing the bad guy the year before, bro. That's the part that gets overlooked in this. Nobody talks about Caitlin Clark. And to her credit, I don't want to throw no salt on Caitlin Clark. To her credit, Caitlin Clark is the ultimate sportswoman. You know, she's a sportsman.
She's an all-time NCAA women's basketball points leader.
She's great from this respect. Her from a character standpoint, she dishes it out and she takes it. So when Caitlin Clark does this, she's dishing it out. But when it gets done back to her, you don't hear that woman crying about it. I respect that about Caitlin Clark. That's classy on her part. You know, that shows me that she's a true sportsman. And you know, what's going on, Tio? That tells me that, you know, she's a true sportsman and that, you know, she's willing to take her lumps just like she dishes them out. You know, shout out to her. Shout out to women's basketball, bro. This just was great.
What's up, Tio? We just shout you out, bro.
I don't see me saying okay,
we just shout you out, bro. Sports Talk.
He said it twice, bro. What you want, man?
We just shouted you out, bro. I saw you.
You need a hug, bro. What you need, man? What you need?
Man, you sound like Caitlin. No, I'm playing. Yeah, man, but I mean, she definitely has confidence, man. Like she backs it up, bro. She backs it up with her game. She definitely.
Eric said that Clark cries too much, and she does knock down the shots though. I don't know if I would say she cries too much. I feel like she's just doing what ball players do, bro. You know, in the trenches when the game's on the line, things get a bit too physical. You know, calls not going their way. You know, they gonna cry. They gonna beef. They're gonna say stuff. You know. We see you and love you, Real Street Sports.
Exactly,
Talk.
We do, bro. We showing love. We show love. That show love to us.
There's a hug, Theo. There's a hug. You need a hug. There's a
hug. You know who cries a lot? Real Street Sports Talk.
There you go. And he's a Packers fan, Eric. Just for the record.
And he's a Packers.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Chicago Bears because I was watching. I don't know if you watched the Windy City Breeze with Pat the Designer. And he was talking. He was kind of alluding to the Chicago Bears, us getting a quarterback that has that moxie. Speaking of confidence, you know, with Caitlin Clark, you know, because Caitlin Clark, you know, people say, "Oh, she's a bad guy because she's too cocky." To me, I think that's just confidence. Look, I don't know if you watched that Netflix special Quarterback on Netflix. You know, have you seen that special, the quarterback special on Netflix?
Yeah, was it with Patrick Mahomes and
Peyton Manning was the host of that show.
Right, yeah.
They had Kirk Cousins. I watched it. I watched the quarterback special. They had Mahomes.
Somebody, I can't remember who it was.
They had Marcus Mariota.
Marcus Mariota, which didn't make any sense. Why was Marcus?
Yeah. I think they had Patrick Mahomes. They had Kirk Cousins. And then they had Marcus Mariota as the main guys who they're interviewing. And I was watching some of those episodes, and specifically, you know, with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Pat Mahomes, bro, like this guy, bro, he has so much confidence. And people may look at it as him being so cocky, but I see it as somebody who's very confident, you know, in his game. He has that moxie.
The ultimate competitor, bro.
The ultimate competitor. And that's something that the Chicago Bears have been missing, man. Like, we need that quarterback that has that type of moxie, that has that confidence to him, you know, that whenever he goes out on the field, that he brings it every single time to the game, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that with Aaron Rodgers every time he played us. Like, when he went to Chicago Bears, he said, I own you. That's something that we need for this team. We need Caleb Williams to kind of be that type of character, you know, that just goes into every game that he goes and says, I own you, specifically with the Packers. I hope he does that, you know.
I think what the Chicago Bears fans have been looking for forever and a day from the quarterback position is a vocal leader. They want a leader who's cocky and who's overly confident and who wears it on his sleeve, you know, who gets any other team's face and is brash. And I think this is where quarterbacks like Jay Cutler and Justin Fields got stoned in this town, because you're talking about, I don't think there's a quarterback, and let me just say this first. I don't think there's a starting quarterback in the NFL at any point in time. You can go all throughout history. I don't think there's ever been a starting quarterback in the NFL that didn't have confidence in what he was doing out there. You're not going to play this position and not be confident at what you do. Otherwise, you won't be playing it very long in a starting position. You want to excel at it. So I believe every quarterback has the confidence. I think exactly. McMahon was brash as hell. Eric, that was my guy, the punky QB. But not everybody's brash with it. Not everybody's cocky with it. Not everybody's overly confident and willing to, you know, wear it as a swag. You know, not everybody's going to wear it as a swag. I thought Justin Fields had a very strong, quiet confidence. And this guy was overly confident in his skill set. Same thing with Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler didn't show a lot of emotion, but his play on the field lets you know that guy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially with this arm talent, the way he's slaying that ball. Oh my gosh, that dude had a cannon of an arm, bro.
Yeah. So I think that the Bears fans, we think that this is what we need from the quarterback position. That's great. Hopefully the skill set comes along with that, because we've had our shares in this NFL of overly confident players who didn't pan out so well, like your Johnny Manziel. I actually just saw him. Was he on the Club Shay Shay show? Yeah, he's on Club Shay Shay. And Johnny, he really came to grips, bro, and opened up. And I was proud to hear him talking like that, man. He was really bearing it about how overly confident and overly cocky he was, but at the same time, he wasn't doing his homework. He was trying to live off of his brashness and thought that was going to take him to glory,
Yeah, he had some personality issues, in terms of like not him being disciplined off the field issues, a lot of off the field issues.
Right. And I also had to go back into the archive. Shout out to Ray Pitts, my guy, for refreshing my memory. I didn't realize that I had already seen this, but he refreshed my memory on Ryan Leaf. He refreshed my memory on Ryan Leaf, and Ryan Leaf was another one of those guys. Came out of the University of Washington State, highly touted. He was touted as the second best quarterback in the draft behind, wait for it, Peyton Manning. He came out the next quarterback behind Peyton Manning, and was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. But he was so brash and he was so over the top. And to this guy, he never panned out in the league, and then ultimately ended up going to jail for robbery. And he had drug addictions. He was addicted to Vicodins and all of this stuff. Now he's a drug addiction counselor. He helps people get on their feet from that. It's great to see him turn his life around. But yeah, we just because a quarterback is brash, people, does not mean, or because he wears his confidence on his sleeve, or because he plays with a cocky bravado to him, it does not mean that this guy is the quintessential leader for your team. I've been watching game film.
It definitely has to be a balance. It has to be a balance. Like,
it definitely has to be a balance.
Type of level of discipline, because I mean, like you said, Johnny Manziel, like, dude had all the confidence in the world, especially coming out of college.
And the tools. In college, he was phenomenal. That guy was crazy in college.
Dude was like a phenomenal in college. Won a Heisman Trophy. Led his team to some playoff position. But the only thing is just his he didn't have that balance of trying to be the best quarterback. In the NFL, he didn't have like that type of work ethic. Plus he had the confidence. He definitely had the confidence and the talent, but he couldn't match it with work ethic. That's the problem. And that's the same with Ryan Leaf. He had he had all the talent in the world, but he didn't have that work ethic to match with. He didn't have that balance. Pat Mahomes, he has the work ethic and the confidence. That's what we need. That's what Chicago needs, for this team. And hopefully Caleb Williams, he can match that work ethic with the talent and the skill set with his confidence, and that's something that we definitely need for Chicago. And based on, like, from what I've seen, with his tape, and with Ryan Poles doing his homework, his due diligence, with him having like the off-season programs that he's doing, him having a personal trainer, to kind of help him, with his footworking, and his throws, that's something that we need, hopefully, he can carry that over to the NFL.
Yeah. I was listening to Montez Sweat on the Chris Long show, and Chris Long asked him what kind of advice would he give to a young quarterback coming into the league. And the one thing that stuck out to me is Montez Sweat pointed out that to tell him to be ready to work and stay humble. That was the phrasing that really stuck out to me. Stay humble. I think if there's an area where you're going to have to rein Caleb Williams in, because this kid is oozing with confidence like you wouldn't believe. But if there's an area where you're going to have to rein him in, it's going to be there. You're gonna have to humble him down, because he's going to make some spectacular plays. And when the crowd roar gets to going, you talk about 50,000 people yelling your name and singing your praise, and
60,000, 50,000. Yep.
You on ESPN, Sports Center Top 10.
Stephen A. talking about you.
Right. That stuff will overinflate your head like
your ego, right?
Right. And your ego will get out of control. And so it's going to be really tough to bring that down and to keep it balanced, bro. So stay humble. That's going to be good. That's going to be good. Yeah.
For all the dudes and the brother are going to start painting their nails. And oh my God. Eric. And then Pat.
Okay, go back up here. Pat, what you talking about? Tyson Bagent is better.
Which one?
At processing, Pat the diabetic. Tyson Bagent is better at processing than Fields. Chuck won't admit that. Better at processing what, Pat? He had a dumbed down offense. He wasn't asked to throw down.
He was dumbing it down. Come on, stop.
Check downs was the entire game plan for Tyson Bagent when he was in there, bro.
No.
Fields was asked to run the full stint of the offense. Bro. Now, did it look better on film with Tyson Bagent? Yes, it did. Yes, it did. It looked better on film with Tyson Bagent.
That's because he was dumbing down the playbook. That's why.
They weren't pushing him to do anything, bro. They weren't pushing him to do anything. Tyson Bagent was the check down king. And if you put him out there right now, he's going to be the check down king. That's what Tyson Bagent does. He checks down. His arm is not strong enough to go down the field, Pat. Arm's not strong enough. What'd you say there? Speaking of Stephen A.
This idiot. Really?
Dude,
keep talking about my hairline.
That dude needs to grow up.
Seriously, Red Beard, grow up, bro. That's a part of life.
You play too much, bro. You play too much.
Do you still think Lamar's a worse passer than Fields? What do you think about that, man?
A worse passer than Fields? No. Lamar is definitely. We could take that tag off of him of being a bad passer. There's nothing bad about Lamar Jackson's passing these days. It hasn't been for like the last 3-4 years, I would say, bro. Lamar Jackson plays great. He's got all the tools, bro. He's got all the tools.
And he has great coaching too.
Yeah. So no, I don't think he's a worse passer than Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields throws a better deep ball than Lamar Jackson.
Right.
But
right, exactly.
I
mean, naturally as a passer, Justin Fields is better, but overall, I think Lamar's much more better passer.
Mm-hmm. Justin's much more accurate with his deep balls than Justin.
Yeah.
And Lamar. Fields ran the screen plan for a game. Didn't he have 20 straight completions against Denver? Eric, he actually on that one, bro, in that Denver game, and you're right. I think he did have 20 straight completions.
Yeah, he had like 20 for 20 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was playing lights out. Nobody remembers that though, but he was playing lights out.
He was perfect the first half.
Yeah, but yeah, they were running a lot of bootlegs, a lot of play action bootlegs in that game, and that's what Fields was lighting them up because they kept thinking that the Bears were going to dumb it down and keep going to the ground game, and he kept coming out of that and just lighting him up down the field. Yeah. He ran a lot of screenplays, but that was more Gessie's game plan at the first. Luke Gessie, got an F for the first half of the season for me, but I will give him a B for the second half of the season because he finally got out the way.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, Eric proceeded to choke the game away against Denver. I know. You know what's horrible about Bears fans is, and not just Bears fans. I'm not going to just throw it at Bears fans. This is football fans in general. They can watch a quarterback play lights out for almost the entirety of a game. And the first time something doesn't go right, he is all the blame. Choke, choke, choke. Justin Fields did this. Justin Fields did that. I don't know how you guys watched this guy play for 3 years in this town. Since y'all want to go down to Justin Fields Road, I thought this was a dead horse, but we gonna beat it. But I don't know how y'all watched this guy play for 3 years in this city. Watch the diminished talent pool that he had around him for the majority of the time that he was here. Watch this dude turn this season around last year when it was going into the toilet to begin the season. Watch him light the airways up, and then you turn around and call this guy a choker. He's a bum. He's the only reason we ever lost a football game in life. He probably lost football games for us when he was in the womb, before he even got here, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I mean, did you not just forget? Y'all forget about our defense pretty much gave up 25 points per game this past season. 14 straight games.
Consecutive games.
Giving up 25 points per game.
It's giving up that much. And don't tell me it doesn't matter, because this is the same thing, the same argument, Coach, that they made for Caleb Williams last year. His team was 7-5. Oh, Caleb Williams was scoring 40 points a game.
And his defense was giving up 34 points per game each game.
Right, 44 points a game. Come on now. If it's a viable excuse for Caleb Williams, it's a viable excuse for Justin Fields. You got a 28-7 lead in the fourth quarter of a football game and you lose. Come on, bro. No excuses, man. No excuses. But enough of that. That's a dead horse, y'all. We can stop talking.
You know what? If that's the case, Chuck, if that's the case, then we do need to draft a defensive end. Draft Dallas Turner with that number 9 pick.
There you go.
Because last year we were like damn near like bottom half in pass rush run rate. And so if you want Caleb Williams to come into a good situation, then draft Dallas Turner if that's the case.
Here's the only thing I would say about that, Kofi. This is why I totally agree with Ron that we have more pressing need at the wide receiver than at the defensive end. When you look at the totality of the numbers, that's how it balanced out. But when you look at how we played the second half of the season, the last 8 games of the season, this defense was off the charts, bro. This defense was off the charts. Real talk, bro. Once Montez Sweat came over here, yeah, it was a whole different animal in Chicago, bro. It was a whole different, entirely different animal out here, bro. You know, yeah. Before Tez and after Tez, this defense is above good now. Eric, I contend that this defense was already ready to roll. We just needed one piece to make the engine go. I thought these were fantastic signings that Ryan Poles did in the offseason, and bringing Tremaine Edmonds in here and TJ Edwards. I don't know how Philly let TJ Edwards slip through the cracks after this man just helped.
Yeah, their defense went to the crap hole.
No sense. Yeah, but I was glad we got him, bro. I think where the ball got dropped, if it got dropped anywhere, is in the DeMarcus Walker signing. They thought they were getting a high-end edge rusher. What they found out is DeMarcus Walker is more of a trenches player. He's closer
a rotational piece.
Yeah, he's closer to a D tackle than he is an edge rusher. But that's forgivable when they saw where the shortcoming was at, and they made the move. Would y'all let Buffalo trade up to number 9 and take this first next year? Their first next year. I would be willing to, but they got to give me more than just their first next year. We got to get more than that, Pat. We need to
maybe like this year and then their next year first pick.
Yeah, I don't know about I don't know what they got in the draft this year, but I know they're going to need their picks. But
they're going to have to give us their next year's first too, plus a second round.
Yeah. If Buffalo wanted to trade up, we got to get something for this year. Pat, you got to keep in mind, bro. We came into this draft. We came into the draft with only 6 picks to begin with. We traded 2 of those away, so now we're limited to 4. We got to leave with something this year, bro. Caleb Williams, and then what? Is this the only pick we gonna get? So yeah, I'm not against them trading him. Caleb is a better passer than Fields. That's the difference. Okay, y'all, let's let it rest. Caleb Williams is here. Justin Fields is gone. Let's let it rest, y'all.
Caleb is set up for success this year.
Oh, I would agree. I would agree. This is why, Eric, I'm on record, and I said this on the last podcast. I'm on record as saying that we need I'm expecting 10 wins out of Caleb Williams this year. Rookie year, yes, I know it's a rookie year. Everybody ready to stone me because I'm putting that pressure on a rookie. But this rookie is coming in with the arm talent that he's got in a more viable situation than Justin Fields ever was in here in this town. I think he's got enough pieces and he's got enough arm talent to get us to 10 wins this year, especially with the
any quarterback, to be honest, any quarterback.
And it's not just the Keenan Allen trade, people, but it's the DeAndre Swift signing. People don't know how big that is. This guy is not just an explosive all-world speed runner coming out the backfield, but he's a great catcher in the pass game.
Pass catcher,
so it's like having another receiver on the field when you got DeAndre Swift coming out of that backfield. So yeah, so Caleb set up for success. As long as he manages the game well and doesn't throw us, out of game, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. I think he can do it, people. I think this is the type of pressure that Caleb Williams thrives in. His overconfidence is because he knows, he believes that he can get this done. I don't think Caleb Williams looks at himself as a rookie. I think this guy's going to come in and he's going to acquit himself like he is the man. And that's what you want from your quarterback position.
And I think it's almost kind of going to be like a Brock Purdy type of situation. His rookie year, or kind of like
I don't know. Brock Purdy just kind of accidentally ran into that success.
Yeah,
he kind of fell into that because Trey Lance wasn't panning out, and and things were not going well. And so what's his name? Kyle Shanahan is a next man up type of guy. So it didn't matter who's on the team. Next man up, you know the playbook, go out there and run the plays. And just so happened, Brock Purdy had did his homework and he was better. He was the best quarterback they had on that team. With health, it's an above average line with amazing skill positions and an OC that will play to CW's strengths. I would agree with that. Above average line, I don't know, Eric. I'm not completely sold on that. I think it's an average line. I'm not gonna say above average, but average. Right now is more comparable than what we had last year here for Justin Fields to dodge bullets from, try to run behind. It's more comparable, but I still would love to see us get a Jackson Powers Johnson, bro. I'm still not mad that we go get the big Samoan guy. I can't remember his name.
Talise Faraga from Oregon State.
Yes. I want the trenches sold up.
Yeah, me too. Or Joe O. I wouldn't be mad if we got Joe O too.
I just know this: when the Bears historically have been successful as a team, we've been successful because we had a stud offensive line. Nobody's getting back there to the quarterbacks, running backs running wild out there. Everything's just clicking and working.
Dude,
Super Bowl, that's how we do it.
And when we went to the Super Bowl, we had like a top 10 offensive line. Top 10 offensive line.
Absolutely. James Big Cat Williams anchoring the left tackle position. Oh my God. And what's his name? Thomas Jones just getting in behind that and going, bro. He's just going. Yeah, bro. We had Big Boy in the middle. Oh God, I'm trying to blank right now.
You talking about what's his name? No, I'm getting that. Are you talking about John Tate? Olin Kreutz. Olin Kreutz.
That's who I'm talking about.
Roberto Garza.
Olin Kreutz.
John Tate.
We was nasty up front, bro. Nobody was getting through that.
Fred Miller. We have Fred Miller.
That's why we could go to the Super Bowl with Rex Grossman, a guy who couldn't read a blitz to save his life.
No,
he's a guy who couldn't read a blitz.
Olin Kreutz had to save his ass, to be honest, because he had to help him.
Exactly, but that's what your offensive line is there for. If your quarterback's lacking, you help him out. That's what you do. I'm sitting there watching guys at the line.
And Olin Kreutz is able to read that defense. Okay, this guy, he's going to blitz. Oh, this guy, he's gonna run
That's
a
why he
cover
was the
zero.
captain of the offense. That's why he was the captain,
Mhm.
bro. Because Olin Cruz could read it, bro. He could definitely read it, and he would call it out.
And
Before
remember, he gave that speech, against the Arizona Cardinals. Remember that fiery speech he gave that team
at the
during
halftime in the locker
halftime?
room.
That
Yeah.
locker room.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Oh, Olin Cruz. Yeah.
We need a leader like that. We need somebody like that.
Yeah. And that's why I think Jackson Powers Johnson makes all the sense in the world. And Fuaga from Oregon State, bro. They make the sense.
We need dogs. We need dogs in the offensive line. That's
As
what we
much
need.
as I love receivers that's coming out in this draft, I don't think we need receivers as much as we need this O-line. We gotta deal with that, bro. We gotta deal with that. Get me my guys. I'm great with JPJ on a trade now. Yes, sir. I would agree with that, Eric. I would agree with that 1,000%, bro. My logic, my rationale tells me if I can't get who I want at number 9, that's Malik Neighbors. That's the guy I'm looking for us to get at 9. But if he's gone by the time 9 comes, and it's a distinct possibility that he could be gone, because you got not only the Arizona Cardinals sitting there, but you also got the Los Angeles Chargers who need a receiver,
and the Giants.
You got the New York Giants; they're in need of a receiver. So all 3 of these guys may be gone. Marvin Harrison Jr., Odunze, and Malik Neighbors. If that's the case, I definitely then want us to trade down out of number 9. If it's me, I'm trading down out of number 9 if those guys are not there, and I'll take Jackson Powell. I'll try to get pull a trade if I can to get Jackson Powers Johnson and Dallas Turner. Give them both here. If you get enough picks for them, try to squeeze Fuaga in there some kind of way. Those 3 pieces, they make my day. We can get a receiver, guys. We really can. I'm not worried about wide receiver. We can.
Redbeard says trade up for Malik or Marvin or trade down for JPJ. What do you think about that?
I didn't think about the trade up idea for Marvin. I thought the way Ryan Poles was moving, he was just pretty much set on us at 1 and 9. And the only thing I was thinking about from that point was trading down. This is a new dimension to this that you guys are bringing to the table now. Talking about trading up. I'm not mad at a trade up. I just don't know if it's that dire a need. We can get another receiver. Guys, we got DJ Moore on the team.
Dude,
we got Keenan Allen on the team.
Dude, we can get Keon Coleman, Xavier Legette, Malachi Corley, like what you said. The receiver class is so deep. We can get
Brian Thomas Jr. There's enough receivers in this draft class to where we can get a guy. Now, it may not be Malik Neighbors explosive or Marvin Harrison Jr. explosive, but they're comparable. These are guys that will get the job done at the position. And that's all we really look for. Everything doesn't have to be glitter and glamour and highlight reel stuff. Everything doesn't have to be that. You need guys who can play the position and be strong. If I was to comp Brian Thomas Jr., I would comp him to Marcus Robinson. You guys remember that guy? Marcus Robinson used to be number 1 wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. Who was here?
I don't remember him too much.
Yeah, Mark. It was him and Marty Booker. Marty Booker was at number 2.
What about Muhsin Muhammad?
Yeah, Muhsin Muhammad. Yeah, he was here during those days too, bro. But Marcus Robinson was a ridiculously gifted wide receiver. Tall, strong, great hands, good deep threat, cross the middle, you name it. This guy brought it to the table, bro. He brought it to the table. If you guys get a chance, go look up Marcus Robinson, Chicago Bears. You're gonna have to probably put the Bears in there because there have been multiple Marcus Robinsons in this league. so it depends on which one you're going to look for. But he was a dynamic wide receiver. That's who I'm comping Brian Thomas Jr. to. Brian Thomas Jr. to Marcus Robinson. You guys get a chance, go look him up. I don't know if you got enough time to do that now. If you want, bro, you could try to pull up some Marcus Robinson highlights, or at least some Brian Thomas Jr. highlights, so they'll know who the heck I'm talking about. There's a lot of people for us to cover in this draft. Was there anybody, Cove? Let me ask you this: was there anybody that was on our top 30 visit list that surprised you, bro? Were there any surprises to you?
No, not really. I think not that I can recall. I mean,
if I'm totally honest, I thought Xavier Worthy was a surprise, being a top 30 visit. I didn't expect the speed to be that much of eye candy to the Bears brass, to our scouting team, to Ryan Poles. But
to me, because Ryan Poles, he loves athleticism. I don't think he was really a surprise to me. But Xavier Worthy wasn't really a surprise to me because I know Ryan Poles, he's in love with athleticism. I mean, look at with Velus Jones Jr. Like, dude was like freaking killed it in the combine, and like we drafted him. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he drafts Xavier Worthy because I know Ryan Poles, he loves athleticism.
I just think there are two things here that I'll point out, Cole, and then I'll be done with this subject. I just think Ryan Poles is not great at drafting wide receivers. I'm going to put that out there. No. If there's one weakness that Ryan Poles has shown, it's that the wide receiver position in terms of his draft capability. He's not great at drafting wide receiver. Velus Jones is turned out to be a bust for us. This is why we went against Tyler Scott. Yeah. The jury's still out on Tyler Scott, but he didn't have a great year last year. So I think it can be a tad bit overrated, us looking at the combine. I spoke about this earlier, so we come in full circle here. Us overlooking at the combine and falling in love with Cat's abilities, from an athletic standpoint. There's a reason why these guys are not highly touted before the combine. If you look at the list of receivers that were highly touted, Xavier Worthy was not on the high end of that list, bro. He was never on the high end of that list. I personally think if we go get him, we can get this guy down the road. I don't think you take Xavier Worthy in your first and second, possibly not even in the third round. I would be leery about letting him pass in the third round, or hanging around to the fourth round. But I really think we could get him in the fourth. I'm not gonna tell you no lie, bro. He's just fast. That's all we know about this guy is he's fast.
Exactly. He'd be a great special teams player, like a punter or a kick returner. But in terms of receiver, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't need another fast receiver. Quote unquote.
No, we don't.
You got Velus Jones and Tyler Scott over here, and how's that been working out for you? You know what I mean? That's not been working out so hot.
Yeah, and Tyler Scott. Yeah, like you said, Tyler Scott.
I'm not going to throw Tyler under the bus, I'm calling him a bust just yet and all that there. But Velus Jones has not been doing anything here, bro. He's not been doing anything. He's just taking up space. And I honestly feel at this point, the only reason Ryan Poles is still holding on.
We got to cut our ties with him.
Yeah, well, he was his first pick. He was his first pick ever over here. He's doing top 30 visits. He won't be around fourth round. I agree with that, Tio. I agree with that. Yeah, I don't believe he'll be around the fourth round, but I don't think he's a guy you take in the top 2 rounds. I think he's a third round pick at best. I think that's what he is. So yeah, it's a reach to say fourth round. I would agree with that. Real Street Sports, though. I'd agree with that. But at the same time, I just don't think Ryan Poles needs to lead the wide receiver core to the scouts. Let your scouts pick your wide receiver core.
Right.
Let your scouts pick that. Yeah, because he's not good at drafting these wide receivers, bro. And it's shown the last 2 drafts, bro. He's good at everything else, but leave that alone. What Ryan Poles is really good at, people, is the offensive line. Why are we talking about all these other positions when you're good at this and we need this? Deal with that. Give us that offensive line, shore it up, and then I'm good. I'm good right there. Whatever you do after that, I don't even care.
I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go like maybe 7 more minutes, probably 7. I'm gonna go to like 1:30 till 6:30.
Okay.
6:30 my time. So,
okay.
What do you think of? There's somebody said offensive tackle from Yale. Is it Kieran? I'm not too sure. Who's that offensive tackle from Yale?
Yeah, drop his name, bro. Drop his name,
please. Right here. I'm not too sure. Oh, Kieran Amadaje. Yeah, that's the dude. That's him.
Pull him up.
That's Eric Harper.
Let's look at some stuff. Okay.
Eric Harper. Kieran.
Okay. In third round or fourth is solid. Okay. I haven't seen him, guys. I haven't seen him. Pull him up if you can, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take a peek at him.
Hold on, let me share this.
If you can enlarge it, bro.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can. Okay. All right. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Pancake.
Okay. I like the advent of pancaking. Let me see. Oh yeah, he's nasty, bro. That's a big boy, man.
Yeah, he's big. Number 72.
He's big.
Look at him. Okay.
Okay. From what I'm seeing, the only deficiencies I see so far is the little pitter pat steps. I don't like that. I think he needs to
his
learn
footwork. He got to work on his footwork.
Yeah, footwork. But he's fast off the line. I see that. He's got a quickness. And he's strong.
He's definitely got an anchor too. He has a great anchor.
Yeah. Arms are a little small for me.
Yeah.
His arms are a little small for me.
But his technique is pretty good. It's just he got to work on his footwork.
He's solid. My only other concern there is the level of competition that he was going against.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of how we got duped with the Braxton Jones thing. And at this point, I'm going to call it a bit of a dupe. Because Braxton Jones, you know, did look good in college, you know, but the level of competition really matters, people. That matters. That definitely matters.
And my thing is, how is he going to be against against the bull rush? Because, you know, okay.
Yeah.
Comparing him to Braxton Jones.
Oh, well, there you go. Let's see.
Comp to Braxton Jones.
Okay. So he's comped to him already. Okay. See, this is the danger of going to these smaller schools and getting guys, you know, because the level of competition really tells on how great a player you really are. This is why a guy like Dallas Turner stands out to me from the defensive end position. He's in the SEC. He's going against Georgia. He's going against Auburn. You know, he's going against Ole Miss. He's going against top tier talent. When the guy is out there playing football, you know what I mean? Going against Alabama, you know, we played for Alabama, but you know, he's going against top tier talent is the point. You know, you can look good on film against lesser talent. It does not mean it will translate to the next level.
NFL.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, Eric and Redbeard, I don't really want us to go through another situation like the Braxton Jones thing. I think Braxton is our project at that position. I think we need to work on that project strictly. And but in terms of getting anybody else at that position, I think he needs to be a high-end pick. I don't think we need to play with that position if we're going to address it and move Braxton Jones. Joe Alt. And so if we're going to trade up, let's go get Joe Alt.
Yeah, for real. If he's there, I'll pick Joe Alt because he's the best tackle in this draft.
Never mind Malik Neighbors. Never mind Arvin Harrison Jr. If you're going to trade up, go get Joe Alt. If you're going to adjust the offensive tackle position.
It's really all dependent on what Tennessee is going to take. Tennessee Titans, they might take him, but I mean, if Joe Alt is available, take him.
Where's Tennessee picking, Cole?
They're picking, I think, 8. Let me see.
No, that would be the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm sorry. They're picking 7th. I'm sorry, 7th.
It's the 7th pick.
Yeah.
I don't know if Joe Alt's going that far down, bro. I think the Chargers may steal him, bro. I really think that.
Yeah, they're picking 7.
They're going to take him. They may not go Marvin or Malik Neighbors or Roma Dunze. Who do they have at left tackle right now in LA for the Chargers? I don't even know who they have.
I think they got that kid from Northwestern. What's his name? I know he's from Northwestern.
Is he good?
Yeah, he's pretty solid. He's pretty solid.
So they may not need to. So Joe Alt could fall down.
Yeah, he could.
Okay.
Let me check the Chargers roster. Players roster. Who is their left tackle? LT. He's our left tackle. Nah.
Eric said, I don't like trading up for Alt. Wouldn't mind him at 9, though. I'm just pointing that out, Eric. If the situation arises that Ryan Poles wants to readdress the left tackle position, they're hanging on to Braxton Jones at that position for dear life. Braxton is okay.
Oh, Rashawn Slater. That's who he is. Rashawn Slater. Yeah, that's his name.
Okay.
Rashawn Slater.
Okay. He said he's pretty solid.
From Northwestern. Yeah, I do remember because he played for Northwestern. Rashawn Slater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing is, Eric, if you're okay with him at 9, he may not fall that far, bro. That's and I'm only projecting this if Ryan Poles decides he wants to readdress that position. If he wants to readdress that position, then I can see that. He said Jones looks like a good swing tackle if he's moved out of our starting line. Our starting lineup.
He's just the only thing is he's kind of undersized, kind of slightly undersized. He's 6'4.5", kind of has small arms. His arm length.
Who are we talking about?
Rashawn Slater.
Oh, okay. Oh wait,
he's slightly undersized, 6'4.5".
He's not our problem. He's with the chart.
33-inch arms.
We don't care. Joe Alt is a physical specimen. He is nasty in terms of his play at that position. With the edge rushers that you have at the NFL level, all of them being great to some extent.
And Titans, they just drafted last year a tackle, another one from Northwestern. I forgot his name.
He's a left tackle too.
They drafted. I know they drafted the left tackle. I forgot his name. What's his name? He's from Illinois. Left tackle. Not Taylor Lewan. It's what's his name? Oh my gosh. Peter Skoronski. That's who he is. Skoronski.
Oh, they got Skoronski. Okay.
Yeah, they got Skoronski.
Yeah, with his short arms. I remember Skoronski.
Yeah, Skoronski. Yeah, his grandfather actually played for the Green Bay Packers, but he's from Illinois. He's from I think he's from Evanston.
Yeah, I think so.
No, he's from Park Ridge. Mm-hmm. He's from Park Ridge.
Yeah, Peter Skoronski was highly touted coming out last year, bro.
He's a guard? They moved him to guard. Oh, they moved him to guard. Okay. So I don't know. They might get a Joel. I don't know.
I mean, if they moved him to guard, they probably love with the guy that they got there, though, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. And it wasn't like, Justin Herbert was running for his life over there every week, bro, because they were getting blistered on the blind side. I'm not mad at I'm not mad at the idea of taking Joe Alt if the Bears want to readdress that situation at the left tackle position. I'm not mad at that. Right now, that pick just it looms large because it's a sexy pick, Kof. It's an attractive pick.
Yeah, they probably are going to need a tackle.
For
their tackle, I'm looking at their depth. I don't know about their depth. They probably might get Joel. I'm looking at their depth right now. I'm like, Latavius Simmons. Maybe that's who we used to have, Latavius Simmons. He used to be a part of the Bears. I'm like, yeah, he's not that good.
Yeah, for me though, bro, even though that pick looks sexy, for me, the Titans released Andre Dillard. They don't have a left tackle on the roster.
They might draft. That's the one I'm concerned about. The Tennessee Titans. They might draft a left tackle.
Great info, Red Beard. Great info, bro. For me, that pick being sexy at 9 really screams to me that the Bears should trade down, bro. It's just so many other things we need, man, that we can address if we trade out of it. We do not have to sit at 9. We're taking 1. I'm great with taking 1. Trade out of 9. Let's go back.
The Jets, we could trade down even with the Jets. They might need a receiver or two.
Let's bring Jackson Powers in here. Let's bring Fuaga in here. Let's see if we can get Dallas Turner up in here. Let's see if we can, steal a receiver in the 3rd and 4th round or what have you, the 5th round or what have you. Let's make some moves, man. We don't have to sit here with this handful of picks and try to make lemonade out of these lemons. We don't have to do that. We're really not in that bad of a position. Not at all. Even if we trade back, the trade back is going to be fantastic for us, bro. I really believe that. The trade back would be fantastic for us.
See what the Jets. Yeah, they could trade up with the Bears, the Jets. Denver can do that too.
Eric says Poles still has $10.5 million to sign an ex receiver. Let's draft JPJ after trade down or 2. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. So the money is there. He's not great at drafting receivers. So let's go find a proven receiver already and put him at the position.
Hey, is Tyler Boyd still out there? I think Tyler Boyd is still available, right? Tyler Boyd?
He visited with the Lions. I don't know what that's looking like. But Tyler's long in the tooth, though. We already got an old dude on the team in Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know. We want too many old dudes.
We want younger
senior
guys.
Citizen crew at the wide receiver position. I'm trying to think what's available out there, bro. I'm trying to think what's available out there. I know he had a failed tenure with the Giants. But what do you think about us trying to breathe new life into Kenny Galladay and bring him?
I don't know. Like you
Kenny
said,
Galladay,
we don't want
now,
no
listen,
senior citizens, bro.
Kenny Galladay was a dog when he was with Detroit, bro.
He was.
He went to the Giants, and I don't know what the hell happened over there, man. But I think we could.
And he's also dealt with injuries too. Kenny Galladay is always dealing with injuries, bro. He's injury prone.
Yeah, but look who's throwing to him, man. He over there with Danny Pennies. Dude, it's terrible.
And even Darren Waller's over there. He couldn't do nothing.
Right. I mean, come on, bro. Receivers go over there to die with Danny Pennies, man.
Exactly. People say, Chicago's where receivers go to die. No, the Giants is where receivers go to die.
Definitely, bro. But the Giants, oh God,
the Giants, bro, they're down bad, bro. They're down real bad, bro.
The scary thing is that they're looking to draft a receiver. Who's going to want to go play with Danny Pennies throwing to him? I haven't seen a receiver
look who's throwing to him.
I mean, Danny Pennies. But I think from what I've been hearing, I think the Giants may be looking to get a quarterback, bro. I don't know if they're going to stick with him, bro. I really don't think that they're sold on him.
They got to cut their losses with that Danny. They're going to eat up a lot of cap space, especially.
Man, they need to go and let him sit there as the number 2 quarterback on that team and go on and draft the one. Draft a one.
Seriously, take that L, bro, because Danny Dimes, bro. And he's not, to me, Danny Dimes is not even better than Justin Fields, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Better than, it's not many quarterbacks that you can say Danny Dimes is even comparable to, bro. He's a bad quarterback, bro.
He's bad, bro.
Where Danny Dimes is, he's a great running back. That's what y'all like to say about Justin Fields. That's what Danny Dimes is. Man. He said, I think the Steelers will take JPJ. I think the Bears are missing out if they don't make these moves. The Steelers are going to steal everybody I got my eyes on, man. They got their eyes on Malachi Corley. I love that dude as a slot receiver for us because I don't think Keenan Allen's going to be here for the long run. And JPJ is my number 1 offensive lineman on the board, bro. I want us to get them 2 guys, bro. I would love for us to get them. Come on, Bears. I said, please. Let's make the right moves here. But if I seriously though, if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm gonna leave drafting the wide receivers up to the experts. I'll go get somebody that's already proven, bro. He's not good at that, people. He's not good at that. Ryan Poles is good at a lot of things. That one he is not good at. Everybody has a deficiency, and that's his right there.
All right, guys. I think I'm going to end this live. I went way over. Oh my gosh.
I know, bro. It's okay, bro. It's okay. We have.
Hey, I'm doing it for you guys, bro.
And a running back. And
I know y'all enjoying it, enjoying the live stream, man. Make sure to hit that like button, man. Share it with your friends, man. Like and subscribe, guys. This is some good stuff we talking about, man. One more. I got one more thing before we end this stream, man. You know the draft, man. The draft is 15 days, man. Compared to the number one draft pick, how do you think, you know, with Caleb Williams, you know, and you know, with the Carolina Panthers, do you think this is like, so let's say if we win 10 games this season, right? Do you think this is one of the biggest fleeces, right, the Bears have ever gotten? Because think about it. We got, let's say if Caleb Williams does come to the Bears, in that trade with Carolina, we get Caleb Williams, right? The 9th pick, and whoever we pick, you know, with our pick. Right. We got Tyreek Stevenson. We got Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, and this next year's 2025 second round pick. If we do well this season, do you think this is one of the biggest fleeces in NFL history?
Definitely the biggest fleece in Bears history, bro. Never been a bigger fleecing than what we just did, what Ryan Poles just pulled off with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks to the dumb GM that was over there who lost his job.
And the dumb owner, right. David Tepper.
Eric, I totally agree. It's already one of the biggest in NFL history. I totally agree with that. In the history of the Chicago Bears, in my lifetime, I've never seen the Bears fleece anybody like this. So yeah, definitely. Plus, it was all win-win for us. We gave them Bryce Young, but we got Caleb Williams. Who do you think you would want on your team if you had to choose between?
We got 2 number 1 receivers plus a good back pass catcher in
DeAndre but never mind all that. Let's just compare the quarterbacks. If I had to choose between Bryce Young and Caleb Williams, this is no brainer. I'm going Caleb Williams, bro. This is no brainer. If these two guys were coming out in the draft last year and the Bears had the number 1 pick and Caleb Williams was on Ryan Poles' radar, this would be our guy. We would not have made this trade, bro. He's almost temper my expectations here. He's almost a can't miss
prospect.
Pick. Yeah, prospect. He's almost a can't miss.
And, oh yeah, and one more thing, another pick. I don't know if you also read, according to some NFL news, the Washington Commanders were trying to trade up with the Chicago Bears for their number 2 pick. Listen to this: their number 2 pick and their 2 first-round picks, their 2025 first-round pick and their 2026 first-round pick.
Nope, we're good. Nope. That's how great this guy is going to be.
That's how good he is.
Everybody sees this.
They're 2 first-round picks.
If there's a time that you forego a trade, it's right now, bro. It's right now. You've already sold the kid and caboodle. You know, you didn't turn who was that? Justin Fields into Moses when he was a baby. You put him in the little papoose or a little carrot or whatever and send him down the river. It's over, bro. And let me point this out, people, in case y'all didn't know. Caleb Williams has only visited with the Chicago Bears. He didn't even have it on his radar to go see anybody else, people. He's ours. That guy's coming here.
That's it. That's all there is, guys. And guys, I'd like to thank all y'all for coming, man. Especially you, Eric Harper. You've been on that. I'd like to thank Eric Harper, Redbeard. Good thoughts,
job, man. Good job, bro.
Especially you talking about my hairline, Redbeard. Real Street Sports Talk. You know, we've shown you love Real Street Sports Talk.
Yo, what's up, man? Real Street Sports Talk. Love, brother.
We show you love, bro. We always show you love, man. You know you're always welcome on our channel. Even though you're a Packers fan. Don Burr, you know, I know you're always trolling us on every Chicago Bears content creators channel. Thank you for coming. Ron Rusky, I'd like to thank all y'all for coming. Pat, all y'all. But You know, I mean, like I said, the NFL draft is 15 days away. I'm trying to contemplate whether I'm going to do it live or not, because I got to probably get YouTube live or something on my TV so I could film it live. I got to see, bro, if I'm going to do it live. But, and I got to do my other mock draft. But like I said, guys, man, I'd like to thank all y'all for coming, man. Stay tuned for my later mock draft. I'm probably going to do it tomorrow or something.
Appreciate all the comments, fellas. Appreciate all the comments.
Thank y'all for the comments. And thank y'all for coming. And you know how we always do it over here when we end the live stream.
Yes, sir.
Chicago up.
Let's go.
Bear down. All right. Peace, y'all. Hell yeah. And go Cubs go. Go Cubs go, man. Y'all better. Y'all blew that lead against the San Diego Padres. I don't know what the hell happened, man. But
ain't win them all. Calm down. You can't win them all.
Hey, what's going on with your White Sox too, bro? They're down bad.
Jerry Reinsdorf is still alive. That's
Bear
all
down.
That's why I'm trying to make a better way. Whole new crib in a better place. Get my people out the hood, we'll see better days. Tell a fan sorry, y'all let them wait. Shit up there like a Saturday.